y'all are amazing. You're amazing, and you've got to be exhausted. I mean, last night was amazing. Congratulations on the strength that you have to continue to keep fighting, because you must be exhausted. I mean, what a week. So how did you get chosen, first of all, to speak at that we just saw?
Well, I had been one of the people who had been doing interviews before. People had been suggesting my name to, like, Anderson Cooper, and that was really cool. And so one of the school board women was like, hey, you've been speaking about this. You're one of the only people who's comfortable with talking about this right now. Would you mind writing a speech and doing it at the rally tomorrow? And I was like, all right.
And I mean, there was a lot of emotion there, but you really handled yourself well. And you were amazing also. I mean, just incredible. And you organized the first march to Tallahassee, right? So did you, first of all, did you know, were you friends with anyone that we lost?
Yeah, I used to dance with Jamie. I was on a competition team with her a few years back, and it's just really hard knowing that she's gone. And all these kids I've had in my classes for years, so we grew up with them.
Scott Beagle was a good friend of mine. He was my camp counselor at Starlight and a teacher for me at Pinecrest. And one of the things we've always said about Scott Beagle was he was a friend before he was a teacher or a counselor. He wasn't the type of person to say, hey, kid. He was the type of person to say, hey, Cam. And we loved him. He was everybody's friend.
Wow.
I knew Carmen Shantrup, and we rode the bus together all the time, and we would always just, like, tell each other our troubles through the day, and at the end of the 5-minute conversation, we'd be feeling lighter than air.
And so where were you when this happened? Where were you, first of all?
I was in the auditorium, and we had already had a fire alarm earlier in the day, so a second one seemed really random, and I didn't even know that it was a real thing until somebody outside of the school texted me 40 minutes later saying, are you okay? And I was like, oh gosh, this has hit the news. This is real.
Wow. And where were you?
I was actually picking up my younger brother, who was in the special needs class. At the end of my day on A days, I have drama, so I normally run out and pick him up because their class gets out early. And suddenly we hear the fire alarm, and we run out, and soon enough we're in a class that we should not have been in.
And 15 minutes before the shooting happened, actually, I was in the freshman building delivering carnations because it was Valentine's Day for student government. And it's really all about timing. It could have been me if I was in there 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
But I actually ended up in the same room as Cameron, and it just, we were in there for 2.5 hours until we finally escaped.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, it could have been, it's timing, it could have been you, it could be anyone's kid in any school right now, which is why it's so important what y'all are doing, because I hope this is going to make a difference, that it's your voices now. It just, I mean, adults are not seeming to make a difference, so I think, you know, your voices are very powerful. So this whole thing, you wrote this whole speech, which was really well written. And where did this whole run of We Call BS, where'd you, because that was just brilliant.
Thank you. I knew that I would get my job done properly at that rally if I got people chanting something. And I thought, We Call BS has 4 syllables, that's good, I'll use that. And I didn't want to say the actual curse words because, first of all, I knew children were going to be there, and I was like, those moms are going to boo me off stage if I even think about cursing around those children. But also, I didn't want to curse around those children. I wanted, this message doesn't need to be thought of in a negative way at all. This is the most important thing right now.
Yeah. So, like I said, really, really smart, because they couldn't bleep you or edit you out. They had to use it, and it's really caught on.
Hi, I'm Andy. Ellen asked me to remind you to subscribe to her channel so you can see more awesome videos, like videos of me getting scared or saying embarrassing things, like ball peen hammer, and also some videos of Ellen and other celebrities, if you're into that sort of thing. Oh! God!